Good evening, everybody. How's everyone doing? My VTuber model does not adequately convey how Eepy I am. It always looks happy and alert. I guess the eyes are, you know, not totally fully open. Oh my god. How's everybody doing today? How's your week been going? Pofu Namia. Welcome back. How's it going, Nami? How you doing? Yeah, man, dude, it's been a long week already, and it's only Wednesday. I've just been like completely wiped out. I'm good. How am I doing? I'm doing tired, and with the knowledge that I have a long, busy weekend ahead of me. I'm going to PAX this weekend, and you know, I have some out-of-town guests flying in, so we're like gonna be doing some sightseeing tomorrow and then con all weekend, and I'm like every day this week has been full of stuff, and then I know that the next like 4 days are gonna be even more full of stuff, and I'm just like, I need stimulants, brother. You haven't been to PAX in a minute? Which PAX have you gone to? If you don't mind me asking. Mine is, of course, PAX Prime, which is the old way of calling PAX West. Boo! PAX Prime, it is truly Prime, the original, the OG PAX. Ugh. But yeah, it's been a hot minute for me too. I think the last time I went was 2019. For pretty obvious reasons, right? The whole pandemic-a-rooney. Gone to PAX East in 2019 and PAX Unplugged back in 2018. Yeah. So pretty close to me too then, yeah. So like, yeah, the whole pandemic happened and it was shut down for like a couple years there. And then after that, I still like didn't really want to expose myself to that big of crowds for a while. So I kind of just skipped a couple years, but now at this point, I've been to a few cons again, and, you know, proper adequate precautions with sanitization and masking and all that stuff has kept me from getting any con crud. So I really want to go back to PAX Unplugged. It's great over there. I heard PAX Unplugged is really fun. Yeah. The board game scene in general is so interesting. I have a lot of thoughts about board games. And tabletop RPGs, which I assume is also part of PAX Unplugged. But the whole like board game scene has blown up so much in the last 10 or 15 years. It's crazy. Yeah, you love you some good board games. I do too. However, comma, I strongly feel that there are a lot of board game designers who have more fun designing a system of a board game than actually like playing a board game or making it like, what's the word I'm looking for? Concise. Not all of them. There's lots of good ones too, but like some of my friends really like those like high complexity games that take like an hour and a half to learn or more, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can't anymore. RPGs on tabletops are very prevalent in PAX Unplugged too. Okay, yeah. Because like there's so many of these like dungeon crawler tabletop RPGs nowadays that are, or not tabletop RPGs, dungeon crawler board games that are like, what if we made an entire like D&D battle like dungeon crawler with a really like poorly written story and a million rules and conditions so that the monsters run themselves, but that means that you need to like learn how all of that shit works, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So many of them are so like, did you really need to have a rule for that? Like, well, I don't remember the name of it, but we were playing one recently, and I kid you not, there was literally an entire 2 pages of the rule book dedicated to the polymorph condition. Something that rarely happens. And they basically wrote in an entire set of rules for polymorphing you into or polymorphing like enemies or players into like a harmless capybara, and then like all new rules for how you moved and like how actions happened when you're a capybara. And I'm like, really, you got like, really, is that really what we're doing here? Like come on. I don't know, man. Or like, I mean, I really enjoyed Gloomhaven for a while. For a while, you know? Like, Gloomhaven was really fun and really well built, but also that game takes forever to set up and play. Embrace the capybara. That's right. Also, welcome to the database, Forgotten Dreamers. How are you doing? How you doing tonight? But yeah, I don't know, man. There's like so many of those games that are like so I don't know. They're just I don't know. There's a lot of really fun like medium complexity games too, but so many of them I'm just like, I don't want to spend 2 hours learning how to play this game before we even play this game, and then another 2 hours playing the game once, and then like, especially if your group isn't going to keep playing it, and so you're just gonna do that every time. I'm like, nah. Miss me with that, dog. There's very much the same thing, and I'm guilty of this one. The same thing is true with tabletop RPGs, where there's people that love collecting tabletop RPGs more than they play them. And I'm guilty of that one, because I just find it interesting to read them, although I don't try and get my friends to all play every tabletop RPG I have, right? But it's like, you know, I've got D&D, Iron Kingdoms, Coyote and I think it was Coyote and Crow. I've got one, Nevermore, I think is what it's called. It's like based on Edgar Allan Poe. The Avatar, The Last Airbender. I think I have a Stargate tabletop RPG. Like, there's so many tabletop Vampire the Masquerade. There's so many tabletop RPG systems that a lot of people will just like buy and then never play. Just never play it. Just like their Steam library, actually. You know what? I think maybe it's just gamers. There's a lot of gamers out there that like love the idea of playing their games more than they love actually playing their games, and then it becomes a collection like any classic collectible card game, except your collectible cards are RPG books or tabletop board games. Tales from the Floating Vagabond is your favorite obscure RPG system of yours? I have never heard of it. Never heard of it. That's a new one for me. That's a new one. Wifebach bought what was it, like the Legend of Five Rings or whatever, and I was like, oh, if I remember correctly, that one's a legendarily complex system. And she was like, it just looked neat. Or like, oh yeah, there's like Mouse Guard. Oh, there's so many tabletop RPGs that I'm never gonna get around to playing. Stormlight RPG, you know. Oh, you know what? That's gonna be a Sanderson ding. We'll put a Sanderson on bingo already. But yeah, I don't know. So anyway, but it's same. I mean, kind of the same thing with dice, right? It's like, how many nerds have 10,000 dice? Me. It's me. I do. We actually just did a dice stream not that long ago. Oh, oh Lord. Oh wow. I definitely mixed in some watermelon liqueur with some of my gamer subs, and it was really strong. I measured with feeling. And my face just puckered so hard when I drank that. Holy crap. Oh my God. Kids, don't mix alcohol with caffeinated gamer subs. Mine are not caffeinated. I have caffeine-free gamer subs. Don't mix it with the caffeinated ones. Some agency VTubers got canceled for that. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not safe. It's not a good idea. It's a bad idea. Don't do it. Don't do it. But anyway, yeah, so I don't know. I might make a bad decision at PAX this year and buy some really expensive dice. This might be the year that I pull the trigger on the yak bone dice. What happened? What happens or what happened? Probably what happened, right? I mean, I think they just got disciplined like very strongly because it is very unsafe to mix energy drinks with hard alcohol. There was actually a brand that's still around, but they've reformed it basically, called Four Loko, that was going around in the like mid 2000s. That was basically hard alcohol mixed with energy drink in a can. And legitimately several college students like gave themselves heart attacks from mixing too much caffeine and too much alcohol from drinking too much Four Loko. It is very bad for you. And so I don't remember who it was. I'm almost positive it was a Niji Sanji liver, and they basically were like, yeah, man, we're mixing our gamer subs with vodka. And it was like, you should not be saying that. You're like, first of all, you shouldn't be doing that. And if you are doing that, you shouldn't be advertising it, especially with minors. Yeah. Yeah, you remember those? Yeah, exactly. So anyway, they got in big trouble afterwards, and the stream got taken down, I think. And, you know, like, it's one of those things that I know that they didn't like mean harm by it, but also it's very dangerous. And, you know, there's a lot of young viewers, especially for corpo VTubers. And so, you know, maybe don't encourage that. maybe don't encourage that. That's a bad idea. So like I said, I always get caffeine free. Oh, we're gonna have a sneeze here. Hold on. Okay, you know what? I don't understand how there's some women out there that have like the cutest, daintiest sneezes ever. I don't understand the mechanism for that. I feel like my sneezes are explosively powerful, and I don't vocalize it nearly as much as some people, but like there's some women out there that are just like, choo. And I'm like, what is that even classified as a sneeze? That's crazy. But anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna be going to PAX this weekend, checking out, you know, stuff. These corpo VTubers don't really fully understand corpo world. True. That's very true. It's led to a lot of problems with them in the past. Yes, that is correct. Yeah, you're 100% correct, Forgotten Dreamers. Like, a lot of these VTubers that are in corpos are, you know, early 20s, and they barely know anything. Not all of them, but a lot of them are very young. And, you know, yeah. Similarly, you know, I mean, this is just a problem that we're increasingly going to be confronting in the internet era. Just today, Chibidoki was getting like soft canceled for some tweets that she made like 4 years ago. And basically, like, she was like, yeah, I was ignorant and wrong, and I would like to think that I've grown as a person, you know, but like, a lot of people on the internet are not willing to like forgive that or like whatever, or like accept that people change and grow. And unfortunately, everything is on the internet forever now. And the same is true with a lot of these younger VTubers for sure. Yeah, they just thrust it in this world and fall on their asses half the time. Yeah, exactly. Especially with Niji. Hey, some stuffy, how's it going? But no, okay, wait. So, is it some stuffy or is it some stuff YT like YouTube in the way that like VT is VTuber? Because I remember, and you said that like the T was a typo, but I can't remember. Pineapple on pizza? How dare you? How dare you? How the fuck are we gonna use a shit from how long ago to now? Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, it's the thing is like, yeah, people, not everybody was graced with the luck. It's stuffy. Okay, that's what I thought, but then I like saw your name on other places, and it was like YT was both capitalized, so I thought for a second it might be like YouTube, like YT YouTube, you know? Yeah, because I remember you had said that the T was the typo, and so I thought it was Stuffy as well, but you know, I've been wrong in the past. But yeah, it's you know, not everybody was fortunate enough to be graced with a place and parentage to give them education in certain topics, and sometimes people say things without knowing or without thinking or grow, you know, like it happens, you know? Yeah, time is ever changing and so are people, but the internet is forever. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and I can't even, can you imagine like, imagine, first of all, imagine the fantasy of millennials in politics. But like, can you imagine millennials getting into presidential politics? And it's like, actually in 2004, you said, you know what I mean? You said some crazy shit back then. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's wild. It's wild. I mean, and it's wild too, just looking back at movies. Looking back, you know, okay, that's a bingo for movies. It's wild looking back at movies and TV shows from the 90s. Like some of the jokes, like some of those jokes are fucked up, man. Like they're like really bad. And that was just, it wasn't right, but it was common. Like that was the common culture. You know what I mean? You know, yeah, they can get luxurious and still act off. Yeah, true. Yeah, but like there's, I mean, yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's hard. It's complicated. You know, life is complicated. Have I watched, something laugh at my jokes? Ale laugh at my joke? No, haven't heard of it. Hey Oni, how's it going? How you doing this evening? No, I haven't. I actually remember like one of my favorite early comedy groups. Like we're talking early YouTube, right? Mid to all laugh at my jokes. Okay. Got it. One of my favorite early like YouTube comedy groups had very off-color humor. But it was like self-aware, right? They weren't like punching down, but they still said some shit that like you cannot say, especially now. And like some of it has like, you're looking back at it now and you're like, this went on YouTube? That's fucking crazy. And it actually, oh my God, what's his actual name? Childish Gambino. Oh, I'm completely blanking on his actual fucking name right now. But he was in it, and like some of his skits were funny as shit. But like it was wild. I mean, it was still back in the wild west of the internet back then. Like, oh my God. Consider me like those old Warner Brothers thing. I come from a time where that shit was fucked up, but I don't have the same views I did back then now. Yeah, same here, you know? Like, listen, you're new in this part, but I'm an old man. It may not seem like it from my voice and the fact that I'm a fucking VTuber, but I am aged, an ancient creature from before the internet, from the primordial ooze. Donald Glover, yes, thank you. Yes, Donald Glover, that is the one I was going for, yes. You're aging gracefully? Why not both? Why not both, you know? Oh, yeah, Donald Glover. Yeah, some of those skits, I still quote today. Like, they were so funny, but some of them were fucking, wild. Yeah, and I think they're still around somewhere. Like, but they're internet was a different place back then. You know what I mean? As someone who's also ancient and VTuber, what's up? That's right, man. Hell yeah. Elder millennial, early Gen X VTubers. Let's go. Yeah, I need more. I need more of us. I was watching Amelie and Matara doing like their podcast that Amelie has started doing. And she was like, okay, we're gonna do millennial trivia, Jacob or Edward. And then Mata was like, the dad, Charlie. I was like, yes, this is peak actual millennial. Peak actual millennial was like, we're slightly too old for Twilight. We'll thirst after the dad. Like, so funny. You're relying on your stock knowledge for your semester test. Alrighty, good luck with that. Good luck with that. But yeah, no, it was funny. I feel like I've seen a bunch of videos recently about like the millennial time tests. You know, Giga was talking about some of them too, about like humor. Like a lot of millennial humor is centered around the early 2000s because that's when we were like late teenagers. And why she kind of like doesn't associate people born in the late 90s with millennials, even if technically they are, because like they would have been too young to get the cultural zeitgeist of the early 2000s. 90s and 2000s nostalgia. It do be crazy. But anyway, you're of the middle millennials. Okay, yeah. I'm an elder millennial. I'm right on the cusp. I'm almost old enough to be Gen X, but not quite. I had a decent number of like Gen X like friends and acquaintances though. You know, they're like a few years older, you know, the babysitters, you know, those things. That's why we got to give me Unk status. That's right. I am the Unk VTuber. It's fine. I wear it like a badge, you know. Gotta teach these kids. Back in my day, this was a pager. Hey Kaiser, how's it going? It's sad that the best and kindest judge ever has passed away. Oh, is that the like dude that was the like really nice guy on TikTok that was like actually paying attention to people's life circumstances and shit? It's me, I'm the Gen X friend. Yeah, exactly, Ern. Exactly. Sort of middle. Well, that's fine. That's fine. If you can remember where you were on 9/11, you're enough of a millennial. Oh my God. Millennials began in 81. I think millennials really began in like 84 or 85. It's a little fuzzy. It's a little bit of a fuzzy cutoff. So, you know. I knew where you were in 9/11. Yeah, you weren't born yet. I mean, technically you were in your mom because your mom has all of her eggs the moment that she's born, whereas your dad keeps like reloading that shotgun. So like technically you were in your mom. Literally, that's what they just said. It's true though. Oh my God. I don't remember where I was last week. Yeah, well, that's how you can tell who's a millennial, because every fucking millennial remembers 9/11. It was wild. Like, it was a time, okay? Listen, it was a cultural event the likes of which has not been experienced since and hadn't been experienced for some time before that. Like, boy. Not that I want to dwell on that, so maybe we'll move on, but you're cringe millennial unk. No, Windows, stop it. I don't want to update. Fuck off. No updates for you. Bad. I heard that there was a recent like graphics update or something that like fried people's SSDs, and I'm like, ain't no way. That's crazy. That's some 90s tech voodoo. Like, holy shit. Hey, how's it going, Catherine? How are you doing over there on the YouTube side of things? Welcome in. Do I ever plan a collab? Well, I do collabs from time to time, sometimes on my channel and sometimes on other channels. Usually the collabs I do on my channel, well, a lot of the times the collabs on my channel are usually just like, just chatting. Every once in a while, I'll do like Overwatch with people. or things like that. And then I occasionally have run a board game, actually, circling us all the way back to the conversation from 20 minutes ago, a board game called Blood on the Clock Tower, which is my favorite social deduction game. I run with VTubers, but I've been taking a bit of a break from that because, as you might be able to imagine, tracking down 8 to 15 VTubers for a collab to get us all in the same place at the same time is difficult. Difficult. It's a thing. It's challenging. So I got a little burned out on that. I did it probably 6 or 7 times though. And I'm planning on doing like a game show with some VTubers I don't know, sometime kind of soonish. I'm working on the props and the questions for it. So yeah, sometimes. Sometimes. How's my day-to-day, Catherine? It was pretty good. I was up really late reading. I read an entire Brandon Sanderson book in one sitting. Not one of the Stormlight Archives. It was one of his newer books, The Isles of the Emberdark, but I read it all in one day and I finished it at 2 a.m. last night. So I was up quite late. I wasn't able to fall asleep, so I was just like, fuck it. We'll just finish the book. What's the worst that could happen? And so I was up quite late, and then I slept in a little bit and then got a really nice breakfast bagel, which I usually don't do breakfast. It was really more like lunch, but it was a breakfast bagel, right? So it was a sausage, egg, and cheese bagel on a nice toasted rosemary bagel, and had that for like lunch. And then, you know, did a little VTubing work, a little bit of commission stuff, juggling lots of commissions for the 2.0 debut, bingo ding for 2.0. A few roadblocks, a few just having to approve things, a few things having to think about things, all that kind of stuff. Did I have a midlife crisis while playing Swords of the Sea? It was my bingo last time. I did not. Although I'm kind of having a midlife crisis right now about being old and 9/11, so I'll count that for today. How's that one? But yeah, so anyway, kind of I'm a little sleepy, a little tired from the last couple days, and then a little tired in anticipation of the next couple days of going to PAX. And you know, it's fun, but it's also, it's fun, but it's also very tiring. And so a lot of schedule coordination, a lot of planning, a lot of walking. I actually just got new shoes, so I'm hoping that my feet aren't gonna like die from the shoes not being broken in. I'm sure it'll be fine. But anyway. Oh, we're doing silly face? I see how it is. You know, you can't resist. You can't stop. He comes in, he redeems silly face, and then he dips. Imagine. That's okay. I appreciate the lurk. We appreciate all lurkers here on twitch.tv/Grybach. Can I give you some questions for your VTuber quiz I'm doing? Well, maybe. What do you... I mean, I don't know if you know the type of thing that I'm doing, but I mean, you can always send some. Send some questions. Kaiser with the lurk too, thank you. Appreciate it, buddy. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. For the game show that I'm planning, it is, when I say inspired, I mean a direct ripoff. Can I do the glowy eyes with a silly face? I can. Give me a second. Burp. Hi. Hello. How's that? Does that do it for you? Does that give you what you want? Yeah, the game show is going to be very much just straight ripping off the Make Some Noise episode of Game Changer, which is some of my favorite Dropout TV content. So I'm going to be having some VTubers making sounds but the sounds as the game progresses are going to get increasingly obscure or esoteric or metaphorical, or, you know, things like that, like mildly acting, not just making the sounds of animals or things like that. So it's not like a trivia show. It is a game show, but it's not a trivia show. Yeah. Although I am going to be on VTuber Jeopardy in let me pull up my friggin' calendar here. I'm gonna be on a VTuber Jeopardy on somebody else's channel on the 13th of September. So you're gonna be learning R for your econ class. I never actually learned R. My wife did though. What made you become a VTuber, or is VTuber your best thing you started doing, or do you like being a VTuber? Are those questions for me, or are those questions for like theoretical contestants? Because I'll answer those questions. I'll answer them. Unknown Raid, welcome in, Unknown Mia, welcome in. How are you doing this evening? You were also doing Just Chatting. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. Welcome in, Raiders. If you don't know me, I'm Grybach, digital vampire, maxing VTuber, and I like to do a lot of sort of yapping Zatsudon style content, as well as play a lot of Souls games. I like to play Souls games so that you don't have to, or if you like playing Souls games, you can just watch me and laugh, point and laugh, you know, the classic. But yeah, we're pretty chill here. Pretty chill mood, lot of jokes, lot of some wit, a little bit of sus, a little bit of, you know, a little hee hee ha ha. My mouth looks a little funny right now because one of my chatters really likes that I have a redeem that sets it at the maximum height of my base. So but anyway, welcome in. If you need to raid and run, absolutely understandable. A-okay, make sure that you take care of yourself. Hydrate, unhydrate, if you catch my drift. You know, grab some food or whatever. Not like the pineapple on pizza that's getting spammed in chat right now. You disgust me. No, I'm kidding. I don't really care if you like pineapple on pizza. I just don't want it. Not for me. Just give me pineapple next to pizza. Welcome to the database, Unknown Mia. Yeah. Listen. Pineapple can go next to pizza. I can have a slice of pizza and then a bite of pineapple. Don't mix them. It ruins the flavor. It ruins the consistency. Especially if you're using like canned pineapples. See? Yes. What about anchovies? I have never had an anchovy. That's one of those things that I feel like culturally everybody describes it as disgusting, but I could potentially seeing it be good. To see me in a jar would be interesting. Well, I'm sure there might be one or two chatters here that, oh, there, my mouth's back to normal. Hey, Mochi, how's it going? I was gonna say, I'm sure there's one or two chatters here who probably have enough points to make that wish a reality. See, look at that. Already has enough. Damn, Stuffy. Oh, Mochi, how you feel about the new Overwatch patch, by the way? I saw you playing the other day. The new character seems fine. I don't know. I don't actually know if he's like, it's buggy. Oh, I haven't seen that too much. Oh, hello, VTube Studio. I did not stick my tongue out. You are hallucinating. But yeah, it's yeah, the new healer, he's fine. Cassidy's OP as heck. Dude, he felt OP as heck, but I wasn't sure if, like, did he get buffed or something? I didn't actually read the patch notes. I just kept running into him and he just kept fucking deleting me and it pissed me off. Like over and over again. And I was just like, ugh, I hate the character. He's even more OP. Oh, great. Great. We love that. We love that. Whenever they make a character stronger where their whole gimmick is preventing you from playing the game, it's not going to lead to good things. And we love that. We love that. You're missing 20 points. Oh, Ripperoonie, brother. Ripperoonie. Nor, not like this. To answer the question on YouTube about why I'm a VTuber or why I became a VTuber, I have always wanted to do streaming, and I'm old, and so I was sort of at a point when streaming like became a viable thing to do. I was a little bit old to start it because I was like sort of just starting my career rather than being like a high school or college student that was doing it. And so I sort of missed the intake of streaming. And so I watched streamers, but didn't really start doing it. But I did do a podcast for like 6 years about Guild Wars 2 in the mid 2010s. And I really enjoyed that and found a lot of joy in it. And when VTubers came around, I didn't get it at first, and then I was introduced to my Oshi. Oh, that's going to be a bingo hit. To my Oshi, Calliope Mori, and I really liked her vibes, and I really enjoyed her content, and sort of fell into the hololive rabbit hole from there. And then after which, of course, it expanded to, I'm well-aged, I'm seasoned, you might say. I expanded from there into like other VTubers, independent, a few Niji Sanji. I've never really watched Niji, but there's a couple Niji members that I liked, and all of them are gone now and are indie, and I like them as indies even more. Funny how that happens. And, you know, what really kicked it off was that I also really fell in love with the first generation of Holo stars, specifically Vesper Noir, who is, shall we say, a man who is similar interest to me and is about my age and also is a vampire. Although that's not really the reason that I am a vampire adjacent, but regardless, I really liked Vesper. And before that, I always kind of worried that I was like a little bit too old to like be interesting as a streamer, you know? But I saw Vesper and I really like related with him, and you know, it really felt like he had an audience of people that really loved him. And so I like sort of picked up some more interest in it, and my wife was just like, I think you should just do it. And so here we are. Yeah. I love it because I've grown up as a weeb, you know, forever. A nerd, a weeb, an anime dork, etc. And so I love the sort of anime aesthetic and style, and I also love the tech side of things. I think it's a really fascinating technology and really fun, and a really fun way to express yourself without having to show your mortal coil to the world. You know, like I you know, doesn't matter what I look like, you know what I mean? You can't be that old. Oh, Catherine, that's adorable. I could be your father. I could be your father. Legitimately. The super thin crispy crust sausage and pineapple works for me, not with the typical hand tossed pizza crust. Oh, okay. Yeah, we have two different conversations going. YouTube's asking me about vtubing. It can't be that's impossible that I can be a 21-year-old's father. It's definitely true. You see me not as an unk, but as a daddy. Well, listen, it's all a matter of perspective. Unk and daddy are brothers after all. Two sides of the male coin, so to speak. What are we playing today? We are playing more Sword of the Sea because I really enjoyed that, and also I need to chill before a long con weekend, you know what I mean? It's been funny seeing everybody getting on Hollow Knight for the first time now that Silksong is coming out. And they're like, oh, I've never played this, or I barely played this. And then, of course, they're doing massive numbers because Hollow Knight's an incredible game. However, I've beaten Hollow Knight twice, so I don't really feel like I should be, like, replaying it just for one session or whatever. Do people still use the term silver fox? I don't know if the youths still use the term silver fox. I think people my age know what that means. You know what I mean? Am I a silver fox? I don't know. Hard to say. I don't have enough gray hair. I don't have enough gray hair to be a silver fox. Although I know people my age that have gray hair. I have a lot of contemporary friends that are like starting to go gray, and it's, you know, it's a thing. It happens. Shit, technically I'm old enough to be the president of the United States, I think. Can you fucking imagine? Can you imagine me being the president of the United States? Absolutely batshit. I have exactly like 3 gray hairs in my beard. And as far as I'm concerned, that's just me leveling up. I'm evolving, you know, like a Pokemon. Add a prompt saying, do a British accent. Imagine. You got to go. Your meds are kicking in. Okay. Have a good one, Catherine. I hope you enjoyed my long breakdown on the history of Grybok streaming lore. First order would be to make all water fountains gamer subs. Or Mountain Dew, you know? Yeah. Some Baja Blast. Gry for Prez, why vote for the lesser of two evils? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I am the lesser of two evils. Unfortunately. Crazy as that may be. Can you imagine a VTuber president? Like, imagine if Obama actually became a VTuber. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's actually such a cursed idea. And Vice President Hex. Yeah, exactly. Holy crap. Have you guys ever seen, listen, not that I really particularly like or endorse AI, but have you ever seen those like AI presidents play video games together with Obama, Biden, and Trump, and they're like AI voices of like over them playing Mario Kart and stuff? It's so fucking painful, but also so funny. Don't they actually have that episode in Black Mirror? I've never actually watched Black Mirror. Confession, I guess. Prime Minister. I have never watched Black Mirror. I'm a little bit afraid to watch it because I don't know if I can handle that level of depression, to be perfectly honest. I'm already kind of like a bleak pessimist when it comes to a lot of things regarding technology and society, and watching a show that's all like, but what if that was worse? And I'm like, ooh, I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know if I'm ready for that, you know? I don't know. Oh, I am drinking some like 7-year-old watermelon pucker in this drink, and it do be puckering, okay? It do be puckering. Oh my god. Oh. Whew. You know what? We're talking enough about alcohol. I'll also give a pass on alcohol for tonight. We'll also give a pass for alcohol on bingo. Anybody who's not aware, we play Gry Bingo here. If you type exclamation point bingo, you can get a link to generate yourself a bingo card. And then if you type exclamation point current bingo, you can get a list of which topics I have hit for bingo tonight. And if you get a bingo, type it out in all caps in chat and I will mark it down. And if you get bingo 5 times, you win $50 dues in the form of some form of transferable gift card, be it Amazon or like, I don't know, Roblox bucks, Fortnite bucks, like, I don't care. Doesn't really matter. As long as it's something that I can buy, like Steam dollars, as long as I can buy it and give you the code, that's all it takes. So, you know. $50 to Adam and Eve. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Oh, man. $50 to Bad Dragon. Am I right? That doesn't even buy you anything on Bad Dragon. Maybe it'll buy you some lube. Why do parents still keep expired items like chocolate powder? Ours expired in 2018. Okay, that's pretty bad. However, comma, a lot of those things aren't actually like bad. They just have to list an expiration date. So it really depends on the type of product for if it's actually gone bad or not. There's a lot of things like spices and powders that like maybe get a little stale, but they don't actually like go bad. And part of it is just the maintenance and upkeep of checking every single thing in your house all the time to make sure that nothing's expired is honestly a pain in the ass. Like, honestly, could not be asked. I actually have so much old alcohol in my liquor cabinet, and by cabinet, I just mean literally just where I put my liquor bottles. I finally just started getting rid of some of it, and now I'm working my way through my liqueurs and just like mixing them in with gamer sups. It has mold. Okay, if it has mold, it's gone. If it has mold, it's gone. Yeah, no. I didn't even know that chocolate powder could mold. That's fucked up. That's crazy. Also, how's it going, Aeon? How you doing this evening? How you doing? Happy hump day. Another mold consumer? I'm not listen, who's the other one? Wait, what does this mean? What, Aeon, what do you mean? I'm not going over to I'm not doing it. The roommate? Wait, what do you mean? Nani? Who are we talking about? What are we talking about? We're talking about Stuffy's parents has some old stuff, you know? Consonants! Sorry, I love that name every time. Every time I see it, I love it. I'm never gonna get over it. I'm sorry, it's just how it is. You had to bail because the roommate consumed red pasta. Oh, that was Misty. Oh, right. Okay, I got you. Your roommate was eating mold, and now we're talking about somebody else whose parents have moldy stuff. Yeah, that's true. And I did talk about how somehow my Parmesan went moldy, and I was just like, this shit never molds. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, no, it's bad. We don't want to end up in a Last of Us situation, okay? All right, listen, far-fetched as though it may be, I would rather not. I would rather not, actually. Food and drink talk is that, you know what? Talking about mold and food going bad, I will consider that. I'll give that one. It's just cheese. Yeah, it's just tomato cheese. No. You're just bootstrapping penicillin? Is that your plan here? Is that what we're going for? Disgusting. Yeah. My gut. Yeah. How pungent do I like my cheese? I would say like a medium. I like sharp cheddar. I really like, or even extra sharp cheddar. I really like. I don't like blue cheese. Gorgonzola I can handle in small quantities as like a oh, excuse me. I can handle in like small quantities as a garnish with something else that's really strong. For example, buffalo wings or a burger. I can do gorgonzola, but I wouldn't just like eat gorgonzola. So like medium, I would say I have a medium threshold for stinky cheese. You know what I mean? Also, welcome in, Azul. How you doing this evening? Yeah, I have a medium threshold for stinky cheese. I think, I would say, you know. Yeah. Yeah. You never had blue cheese, but you saw a recipe that uses it in a burger patty. Blue cheese in a burger patty would probably be fine once it's bit, because like it'll be like cooked, and it'll be cooked into a bunch of meat juice. That's probably fine. I've had a gorgonzola burger. Girlbog, let's go, baby. Let's go. Welcome to Girlbog. When your boner is as confused as mine. No, When you can't get an alt girl baddie, you just turn your favorite male streamer into one, you know? Am I right? Am I right, folks? Mm-hmm. Joke's on you, I'm into that. That's right. Do my best Dr. Girlfriend, you know, like... Oh no, the Venture brothers are here. I actually don't remember the Venture, like, Dr. Girlfriend's voice. I just remember that it was, like, very obviously incredibly deep Smoker's voice, you know? Like, oh no. Oh no. When the streamer can be his own waifu, I know, right? Imagine. Imagine what I could do with this power. No, but seriously. I want this power. You want the power to become your own waifu? I'm pretty sure you have this power. You, in fact, have literally this exact power. You have the same power set as I do, Aeon. I've seen it. I've seen you do it. I've seen you do it. You mean IRL? Oh, I mean... Shapeshifting is, like, such a cool ability. I'm not gonna lie. It's not exactly something that I crave in the way that I would like certain other superpowers, but it is one of the cooler ones. I've always loved changelings in D&D. I always think they're like such a cool race. They're so fun. What do people say on TikTok comments? I secretly gooned a mommy ASMR and no one will know because I will be at the bottom. Oh, this will be at the bottom. Because people on the internet think that they're anonymous even though they're not, and also they have no filter. Especially, not to be all old man unk on this here, but like especially like Gen Z. Some of the shit that Gen Z puts out onto the internet willingly is wild. It's wild, brother. It's kind of like how boomers say the crazy shit on Facebook. Like Gen Z will say a different kind of unhinged crazy shit on every other website. Like, I don't know, man. It's kind of like why are there comments on the hub? You know what I mean? It's like, have you ever seen any of those comments from the hub videos? They're so funny. People will like go and like collate some of the funniest ones. It's great. I love hub comments. Yeah, right. Me too. I mean, what are those? I've never heard of that. I don't know what we're talking about. Yeah, no, it's pretty funny. Like, why, what would ever possess? That's true. This is where we've definitely strayed into Sussy Baka. That's true. You're right. Sussy Baka call. I'm too scared to go there. You're too scared to go to the hub? Have you literally never been to the hub, Aeon? That's crazy. That's crazy. I remember seeing Avengers Endgame on there. That's like that one YouTuber that put science content on the hub because it gave her better ad revenue. Literally nothing NSFW about it, but she got better ad revenue on the hub than she got on YouTube. That's so fucking funny. Like, I want to live in a world where the hub takes over and surpasses YouTube as a not adult site. It just, people start uploading their YouTube content on the hub. Wait, what? Yeah, not joking. Literally what it sounds like. Current math, I make cooking videos on the hub. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, what if you're a VTuber on the hub? Not a lewd tuber, not a Project Melody. You're just a VTuber. You're like, hey, come watch me play Sword of the Sea tonight. You can have me up in a different tab. Imagine this world. Like multitasking, gooning plus studying. Exactly. You know? They say that you develop a Pavlovian like response and memory association with certain things. So like, be careful. Be careful with your powers. You have a question? Hit me with it. What if I just made armor videos and uploaded them there? Why not? You know? It's like those TikToks where it's like the really handsome men doing cooking videos that are aimed entirely at the female gaze because it's all about how he's like working the dough with his fingers and his hands and how much it like reminds people of other activities. Have I watched Gurren Lagann? You're goddamn right. I believe in the me who believes in me. My drill will pierce all of the fucking heavens. absolutely 10,000% I've seen Gurren Lagann. One of my favorite animes ever. It's a goat, okay? You've seen those, but they scare you? Your... Aeon, you could not wave that flag any harder, okay? You couldn't wave that flag any harder, I'm just saying. Wait, what? What flag? I think it's what, purple and gray? Why do I fall in love with male voices on the internet? Well, there are worse things to do. You know what I mean? There are worse curses to have. All right. You're still. I'm making a joke about the ace flag. Okay. Which I'm pretty sure is purple, black, and gray. I could be wrong. Listen. I'm gonna listen during the ad break, which is about to come. I didn't say you were a prude. Listen, those things aren't the same. Those things aren't the same. Got him. All right. It's just that some y'all are advanced. Yeah, I took AP sus, okay? I got a master's in sus. Amazing. All right, we'll be right back.